Attention passionate Baltimore Ravens fans. Latest news, something big is happening in the AFC North and it could change the game. We're talking about a direct impact on Baltimore Ravens' path to another Super Bowl run, a power shift that could leave a division rival stumbling for years. We're bringing this to you firsthand. But before that, if you're a true Baltimore Ravens fan, subscribe to the channel to strengthen this passion even more. Show that you're also part of this family. Let's help each other reach 1,000 subscribers. Share with YOUR, FRINDS and Baltimore, RAVENS fans. Let's get to the news all right. Ravens fans, buckle up because what we're hearing right now could shake the foundation of the AFC North and change the course of the Ravens season in a way that few could have predicted just a few weeks ago. Rumors are swirling around a blockbuster trade that could redefine our pass rush and bring a new level of intensity to M&T Bank Stadium. We're talking about Maxx Crosby, one of the most feared edge rushers in the league, potentially heading to Baltimore from the Las Vegas Raiders. And let me tell you, this isn't just some rumor. Sources like Adam Schefter have been whispering about this possibility, and the details are enough to make any Ravens fan excited for what's to come. So here's the scoop. The Raiders, sitting at 2-8 and struggling mightily on defense, allowing an astonishing 262 points in just 10 games, are looking to rebuild. They've got a lot of cap space, around $107 million, and it seems like they're prioritizing their future, especially focusing on their quarterback, Jared O'Connell, and trying to develop a young core. Their defense has been leaking points, and with Crosby's contract and performance, it appears they might be willing to part ways with their star pass rusher to start fresh. Now, the Ravens, who have been somewhat inconsistent on defense this season, could see this as a game changer. Imagine Crosby lining up opposite our offensive line. His relentless pressure, his ability to collapse the pocket, and his knack for making game-changing plays could elevate our entire defense. This trade, if it happens, would be a major coup for Baltimore. Crosby, who has been a four-time Pro Bowler, exploded in 2025 with impressive stats: 25 solo tackles, 15 assists, 6 sacks, and a PFF grade of 82. Putting him squarely in the top tier of edge rushers in the league. His pressure rate sits at around 19%, and he's proven to be a nightmare for quarterbacks, with a sack yardage of 42 yards and a ton of forced fumbles and interceptions over his career. The guy is a true predator on the field, and adding him to our front seven would give us an elite pass rush that we haven't seen consistently in recent seasons. It's no secret that Baltimore has been searching for that disruptive presence, especially after losing some key players like Odafe Oweh and others to injuries or trades. Crosby's career trajectory is nothing short of extraordinary. Over his career, he has accumulated 68 sacks, with minimal injury issues, which is rare in such a physically demanding role. His run defense is also top-notch. He's proven to be a nightmare for offensive lines trying to contain him. Looking back at his impact with the Steelers during the 2021 trade that boosted their pass rush, it's clear Crosby has the talent and the motor to be a difference-maker on any defense. His stats in 2025 are particularly impressive, with a PFF grade averaging around 81. 4 for his entire career, and he consistently ranks among the league's best at pressuring quarterbacks and creating turnovers. Now, why would the Raiders do this? Well, they're capping out their rebuild with an eye on the future, saving around $20 million in cap space by trading Crosby. They're focusing on developing their offensive line, especially their young players, and are clearly prioritizing their quarterback, O'Connell, who has shown flashes of promise. The defense, however, has been a major weak point, allowing more points than they'd like and struggling to generate pressure. With Crosby's departure, they can rebuild the unit with younger players and draft picks, and perhaps focus on a different strategy for their rebuild. For the Ravens, this move could serve as a massive upgrade on the defensive front. Currently, our pass rush has been inconsistent, sometimes relying too heavily on blitzes or double teams to get pressure. Adding Crosby would not only boost our sack totals, but would also elevate our pressure rate. They're projecting an increase of around 18 total sacks, which could turn our defense into one of the most feared in the league. Opponents would have to game plan differently, knowing that Crosby could be coming at them from anywhere on third down or in critical moments. And with that kind of pressure, turnovers could increase significantly, making our secondary's job easier. Speaking of our secondary, with Marlon Humphrey out due to injury and other key players like Bateman sidelined, the addition of Crosby could be just what we need to compensate for some of those absences. His ability to get after the quarterback and force quick decisions could reduce YAC, yards after catch, for opponents, helping us keep points off the board. Plus, his presence would allow us to rotate other pass rushers more effectively, giving us fresh legs and more strategic options on third down. The potential impact on our defensive efficiency is enormous, projected to improve by around 13% in EPA per pass play, and a significant drop in opponent red zone efficiency, which has been a sore point this season. And let's not forget, this move could have serious implications for our chances in the postseason. The Super Bowl odds, which were at plus 4,000 before, could see a dramatic shift, dropping to around plus 1,500 if Crosby joins the Ravens. That's a huge jump, and it reflects the belief that adding a player of his caliber would instantly transform our defense into one of the league's top units. His ability to elevate the pass rush and contribute to more sacks and turnovers could be the missing piece that pushes Baltimore over the top, especially in tight games where a crucial sack or forced fumble could be the difference between a win and a loss. Now, think about the AFC North with Crosby in the mix. The Bengals, led by Joe Burrow, are always a threat, but with Crosby terrorizing their offensive line, their attack could slow down significantly. The Steelers, with their formidable front, would have even more reason to be concerned, and the Browns, who rely heavily on their run game, might be forced to alter their game plan. This trade could shift the balance of power in the division, making the Ravens a favorite to not only contend for the division title, but also to make a deep playoff run. The AFC as a whole would have to recalibrate, especially with teams like Kansas City and Buffalo watching closely. Of course, all of this hinges on whether the trade actually happens. The Raiders are in a tough spot right now, and if they are serious about rebuilding and clearing cap space, Crosby is a prime candidate to be moved. Baltimore, on the other hand, has the cap room and the organizational will to make this happen. It would be a bold move, but one that could pay off massively, especially if Crosby can stay healthy and continue his dominant form. The Ravens have shown a willingness to make big moves before, and this could be one of those defining moments in the season. And for us, the fans, this is incredibly exciting. Imagine Crosby lining up in our defense, bringing that relentless edge rush that we've been craving. His presence could elevate our entire team, making us not just a playoff contender, but a real Super Bowl threat. The AFC is stacked, no doubt about it, but with a player like Crosby, we could be the team to beat. The potential is there, and all eyes are on how this situation unfolds. Pause here just for a second. If you want the YOUTUBE algorithm to keep recommending the latest Baltimore Ravens news to you, it's super important that you leave a like on this video. Go ahead, it's quick and it makes a big difference. Thank you. Now let us continue with the big reveal. Looking ahead, if this trade does go through, it could set a new tone for the Ravens' upcoming stretch. The schedule gets tougher, but with Crosby in the mix, we're better equipped to handle the best defenses in the league. His ability to pressure top-tier quarterbacks like Joe Burrow or even Josh Allen would be invaluable. Plus, with the offensive side of the ball firing on all cylinders, thanks to Lamar Jackson's continued evolution and the potential for more red zone efficiency, the Ravens could be poised for a serious run. And don't forget, the AFC North will be watching closely. The Bengals, Steelers, and Browns all have their own issues, but adding a player like Crosby to the mix could tilt the scales in our favor. It's a move that could define the division and potentially the conference. The Ravens have the talent, the coaching staff, and now possibly the new star to push us into that elite category. This whole situation remains fluid, and we're all waiting for that official confirmation. But one thing is for sure, if this trade happens, it's a game changer. The Ravens would not only be adding a premier pass rusher, but also sending a clear message that they're serious about competing for a Super Bowl title this season. With Crosby's ability to change games single-handedly, Baltimore's defense could become the league's most feared unit, something we haven't seen in quite some time. And now, Baltimore Ravens fans, I want to hear from you. What's your take on this? Drop your thoughts in the comments below. Your opinion matters so much to us and to the Ravens. Do you think Crosby will make the difference we need? Are you excited about the possibility of watching him terrorize offenses in purple and black? Remember, I'll be back soon with more updates, so stay tuned for all the latest Baltimore Ravens news. This is a story that could reshape our season and send shockwaves through the AFC. Let's keep our fingers crossed and stay fired up because the best is yet to come.